Now student, this is our next chapter is conditional statement and iterative statement. Now first of all, we have learned about the statement. In our previous class, when we are going to study about the token literals, then there we have studied about some definition of statement and some simple statement and syntax. Now we are going to explore this statement. So see here, statements are the instruction. Statements are the instruction given to the computer to perform any type of action like data processing, decision making, repeating action, etc. You can say that if you have given any command to perform any task to the computer, that command and that instruction is called statement. I hope you have cleared the meaning of statement. Now see the type of statement. Python supports three type of statement. First one is empty statement or pass statement. A statement which does nothing in Python. That means if you are going to write this statement has no action. You can say that no action. You can say that no action. No action statement. That means what is the syntax? Syntax is pass. That means it is used when syntax of the language is requires statement but logic of program does not. That means the question of this, if this statement does nothing, that means there is no action performed by this statement, then why should we use this statement? अगर ये स्टेटमेंट कुछ कर ही नहीं रहा है, इम्पटी है, एकदम नल है, तो फिर हम इसका यूज क्यों कर रहे हैं प्रोग्राम में? तो when it, what will be the answer? When syntax of language is requires statement but logic of program does not. That means if we are going to write any logic, any function or any program code, if in any case the syntax of that function requires a statement and but your logic does not allow it, दैट मीन्स लॉजिकली वहाँ पे कोई भी एक्शन परफॉर्म नहीं होना चाहिए बट अकॉर्डिंग टू सिंटेक्स हमको उस फंक्शन के अंदर कोई भी स्टेटमेंट लिखना है, देन वी कैन यूज पास स्टेटमेंट. सपोज दैट if we have defined a function, define sum, now if we are going to run this function as it is, अगर हम कोई भी फंक्शन की बॉडी में कुछ नहीं लिखे हैं, देन वी हैव टू राइट द पास. जब हम यहाँ पे पास लिख देंगे दैट मीन्स ये फंक्शन हमारा रन कर जाएगा एज इट इज. बट इफ़ वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू pass any statement in the function, that means we cannot define empty function in Python. This is your empty function. This is your empty function. In your next class you will see about the function and you will understood this type of example. In our practical class we have clear about the more, we will have more example on pass statement. Now next one is your simple statement. Here simple statement is any single executable statement in Python. That means any single executable statement, like you can say that one line of statement. For example, if you are going to take the example, you can write a equal to 20. This is also a simple statement. You can say that print A. This is also a simple statement. So like this, you can see these are the single executable statement. एक लाइन का स्टेटमेंट है और एक इसका एग्जीक्यूशन होगा. दिस टाइप ऑफ स्टेटमेंट इज कॉल्ड सिंपल स्टेटमेंट और सिंगल एग्जीक्यूशन statement. Now next one is your compound statement. Compound, as it is clear from the name, it is clear from the name. Compound, that means combination of something. कंपाउंड का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो दो या दो से अधिक से मिलके बना हो. दैट मीन्स कंपाउंड स्टेटमेंट इज ए ग्रुप ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स executed as a unit. In this type of statement, we have created several lines of statement. It may be 3 lines of statement, 3 statement, 4 statement, but all the statement must be executed as a single unit, like single statement. This is your syntax, this is your header and body of statement. Now you can see that in your compound statement you have mostly 2 statements. First one is your conditional statement. Conditional statement and iterative or looping. Iterative or looping statement. Both are the type of your example of your compound statement. Now we are going to see about the statement flow control. Statement flow control. Here if we are going to see the compound statements example, you can see that if A is greater than B, 1 minute. Now see example of compound statement. Suppose that we have given if A greater than B, then print, this is your colon, print A is print A. That means here this is your compound conditional statement, this is your conditional statement. Again if you are going to write something for I equal to so we will discuss looping statement in our next lecture. This is your compound statement of conditional statement of compound statement. Now see here statement flow control, that means how the statement are going to be executed in your Python. Here you can see that in a program statement may be executed sequentially, selectively and iteratively. That means there are 3 flow control. Either your statement is going to be executed one by one, this is called sequentially. Either your statement flow control will going to execute selectively, yani based on condition, and third one is iteratively, that means repeating of the action one again and again. So now first one is your sequence. Now in sequence based statement, the statements here statement, suppose that this is statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. Now if we are going to see about this, see this is your statement 1 if we are going to execute the statement in sequentially, that means one by one. First statement 1 will be executed, then statement 2 will be executed, then statement 3 will be executed. In such scenario, in such case, you can say that statement is execution of flow of control of statement is sequence, in sequence, yeah, sequentially. That means all the statement will be going to execute one by one, after one and then another. So this is your statement flow control and based on your sequence method. If we are going to take the example, then you can see that suppose that हमने कह दिया यहाँ पे print 1 A, print B, print C, and this is the example of your sequentially flow control of statement. In our practical class we will see it in detail. Now second one is your selectively, that means selection, execution flow of statement based on selection. This is the based on condition, based on condition, based on condition. See here, if our statement, first of all statement will check the condition, and if true then execute this statement, and if false then execute this statement. Here may be single or multiple statement. Here we are going to check the condition. If true, then we are going to execute this statement, and if false, then we are going to execute this statement. That means if suppose that we have printed if A is greater than B, print A. That means in this case here A will be printed. If else अगर ऐसा नहीं है तो print B, then we have printed B here. We will see it in detail in our program. Now our next one is flow of control about looping, that means based on repetition. This is the based on repetition and repeated action. Now you can see that here also a condition will be checked. If true, see that if false, then this statement will be executed. That means exit from loop, If true, then this is your loop body, that means group of statement or single statement. This is the statement when true, while true. जब तक कंडीशन हमारा लूप में ट्रू रहेगा तब तक ये हमारा स्टेटमेंट प्रिंट होता रहेगा. जैसे ही हमारा कंडीशन फॉल्स हुआ वी विल गोइंग टू एग्जिट फ्रॉम द लूप, हम लूप से बाहर हो जाएंगे. दिस इज द इटरेशन और लूपिंग मेथड. वी विल सी इट इन डिटेल. don't worry about that. Just understand that in a looping flow we have checked the condition and we are going to print or execute the statement again and again until and unless our condition is going to be false. जैसे ही कंडीशन हमारा फॉल्स होगा हम लूप से बाहर आ जाएंगे, स्टॉप कर देंगे एग्जीक्यूशन. नाउ these are the some program or logic development tool. That means if we are going to develop a program logic, then how can we develop the logic? Because if we are going to write any program, you have to first of all you have to think the logic of the program, how to write that program and how to decide the flow of control of the program and etc. Then some tools are given, some methods are given. First one is your algorithm, second one is your flowchart, third one is your pseudocode, fourth one is decision tree. In next class we will discuss all the terms in details. Now thank you for watching today.